It's time now for a look at the latest in local news. In the news, the Wayne County Commissioners have scheduled a work session for this coming Monday, February 13th at 1 p.m. at the County Commissioners Meeting Room. At this past Monday's meeting, the Commissioners talked a lot about volunteer firefighters and fire departments, and Commissioners looking to compensate the volunteer firefighters in the county. The Commission also wants to come up with a plan to attract volunteer firefighters and compensate them for their training. Once again, the work session is set for this coming Monday. Commissioners also looking to come up with other volunteer fire stations. They mentioned Parcel 1 and Parcel 2 at Monday's meeting. Parcel 1's on Tank Plant Road. Parcel 2's land on Oglethorpe Road. Commissioner Mike Gordon stated that improving the county's fire response was a top priority during his campaign. He wants to provide more stations and more volunteer firefighters. The county says this will help homeowners with their insurance rates. Volunteer firefighters and volunteer fire departments are a big part of the work session on Monday, February 13th at 1 p.m. Here again was the motion action taken this past Monday evening after the 40-minute executive session.
I make the motion that we enter into a land acquisition for a volunteer fire station on Parcel 1.
Negotiation.
I second this, to enter into negotiations for land acquisition for volunteer fire station for Parcel 1 that we're looking at.
Second.
Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Commissioner McCrary,
Yes.
Commissioner Hopkins,
Yes.
Commissioner Thomas,
Yes.
Commissioner Hickox,
Yes.
Commissioner Gordon.
Yes. Okay, and the second item is to authorize Madam Administrator to get a surveyor to survey 1 acre parcel for a volunteer fire station, and it's listed as Parcel 2. Can I get a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Hopkins,
Yes.
Commissioner Thomas,
Yes.
Commissioner Hickox,
Yes.
Commissioner Gordon,
Yes.
Commissioner McCrary.
Yes.
And once again, that the action taken this past Monday at the County Commission meeting after a 40-minute executive session. In the work session for the Commissioners set for this coming Monday, February 13th at 1 p.m., once again at the County Commissioners Meeting Room. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor or other commercial messages, so please stay tuned. In other news, legislative session continues in Atlanta. Again, once again, all next week, we'll check in with our local elected officials with State Representative Stephen Meeks on Monday, State Senator Blake Tillery on Tuesday, and State Representative Buddy DeLucia on Wednesday. This past Thursday, a bill that would raise the maximum weight of trucks on Georgia highways cleared a State House committee. Current maximum weight of trucks allowed under Georgia law is 80,000 pounds. House Bill 181 would raise that weight, that would raise the weight up to 90,000 pounds. Supporters of the proposal say raising the limit would aid manufacturers and agribusiness, saving them money by allowing them to transport products with fewer trips. They say their competitors in other states operate at a higher maximum weight, giving them an advantage. Those opposed to the legislation, including the Georgia DOT and more than 100 local government officials, say heavier trucks will be deadlier when they collide with smaller vehicles, and they say bigger trucks will mean more wear and tear on local roads. Federal rule prohibits trucks greater than 80,000 pounds on interstate highways, but Georgia law governs the weight of trucks on state and local roads. Agricultural and forest product groups have pushed to raise truck weights for years. They cite Alabama, for example, which allows weights up to 88,000 pounds. Maximum weight in South Carolina is 90,000 pounds. House Bill 189 would raise the maximum weight for all trucks up to 90,000 pounds. The Georgia Department of Public Safety not in favor of the legislation. They report that there were 256 fatalities in the state last year involving commercial motor vehicles, up from 118 the year before. Safety advocates state raising the limit would simply lead to more fatalities. Reminder that Wayne County registered voters will soon be heading to the polls to vote on the East Lost for Wayne County's education 1-cent penny tax that's currently in place but has to be renewed as it's set to run out in June of 2024. Early voting is set to begin on February 27th. It'll run through March 17th with the election date set for Tuesday, March 21st. All early voting to take place at Hall Richardson Recreation Center located at 660 North 4th Street. The time of the early voting will be from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. There will be 2 Saturdays of early voting during the East Blost election, Saturday, March 4th and Saturday, March 11th. Times for the Saturday early voting will be from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. On election day, voters will be voting at their assigned precinct polls, and polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on that Tuesday, March 21st. If passed, the SPLOST projected to raise $30 million over a 5-year period. Superintendent School Board state that the two top projects will be building an ROTC building and a new Ag Center for the high school. Other funds will be used at the discretion of the school board. Once again, the early voting is set to begin at the end of this month, February 27th. It'll run up until March 17th with the date of the election Tuesday, March 21st. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes news, the next community blood drive set for the city of Jesup, sponsored by the Jesup Shriners Ladies Auxiliary Calvary Baptist Church Gymnasium, set for Monday, February 20th from 1 to 6 p.m. Again, sponsored by the Jesup Shriners Ladies Auxiliary. Please visit redcrossblood.org and enter Jesup to schedule an appointment. Again, those who donate in February also eligible for a $10 gift card by email, thanks to Amazon. Automatically also entered for a chance to win a trip for two to Clearwater Beach, Florida, which includes travel, hotel, and gift card and more. And the blood drive set for Monday, February 20th from 1 to 6 p.m. at the Calvary Baptist Church Gymnasium. Big event taking place at the Pine Forest Country Club Saturday night beginning at 6 p.m. as the club's annual drawing for $10,000 is taking place. Everyone is invited. They'll have 4 gun raffles that night, also a 50-50 drawing, free food, also a drawing for $10,000. 300 tickets have been sold, but 3 tickets will be auctioned off that night. So if you don't have a ticket, you can attempt to have the highest bid for one of those 3 remaining tickets. All proceeds going to the Wayne County Touchdown Club. Once again, the event taking place Saturday night at the Pine Forest Country Club. Once again, they'll begin the drawing at 6 p.m. tomorrow night. Come on out and enjoy Super Bowl Saturday night at the Pine Forest Country Club. Finally, don't forget the Wayne County Board of Tourism for getting ready for the big Hog Jam. That's going to be the topic of the world-famous Bitch and Bob Show today, as Tourism Board Director Heather Altman will join us. Hog Jam set for February 17th through the 19th with headquarters at JC Fair Building. Registration rules are available through active.com. Registration forms can be printed from the Tourism Board's website at waynetourism.com. Registration is $50 for bow or gun hunters. Hunters can pay $100 and hunt in both categories. Hunters 16 and under hunt free with the registered adult. Once again, Heather Altman, our special guest today on the Bitch and Bob Show, to talk all about the Hog Jam, again set for February 17th through the 19th. And that's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.